Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. No problem. 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 Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. Hold on. Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. No problem. Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. Hold on. Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. No problem. Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. Hold on. Hey there, folks, it's Delaware Dan. No problem. No problem.
Hey folks, Delaware Dan here. Just want to make a public apology video, get this over with. Okay, I'm sorry that I lied about being dead and all that. It was honestly technically a miswording. It was more had to do with trying to get votes and clicks and get the algorithm to send it to your page so you can click on Delaware Dan. So if you fell for that, I'm sorry that you thought that I was dead based on the words that I had put on the screen. But other than that, Delaware Dan is going to continue as normal, keep our business operational, and no problem.
Oh, you've seen all, you've done it all. I'll tell you what, I'll solve your problem. It doesn't matter. I don't make weird psychedelic poems. I don't tell you strange stories. I just solve problems. I'm Bayview Bunky. Whatever happened to quality? Whatever happened to craftsmanship? Whatever happened to service, you know? Well, come to Bayview Bunkies and you'll find out.
This Bayview Bunky started to piss me off.
Have an issue you can't solve, a problem you need to take care of, we'll come down to Bayview Bunkies, we'll take care of it. You might not exactly know how we're going to solve it at the time, and I know that you come to me with your needs.
Hold on.
Bayview Bunkies. No money down, no credit needed, just show up, we'll solve your problem, no problem. Bayview Bunkies, right on Eastern Avenue in Bayview. You ever had a problem you can't solve, you don't know what to do? Well, come down to Bayview Bunkies, we'll solve your problem right now. There ain't no problems at Bayview Bunkies that can't be solved.
Alright, so you hear how angry I've been getting at Bayview Bunky in this, and it kind of stems from kind of the side effects of the stimulants that I'd been ingesting with Starknery and other unnamed individuals that night. But basically, I did not want to have to lose the money that I lost, but it turns out when I faked my own death due to COVID, I lost a lot more than that. And I know chronologically that doesn't make any sense in the timeline previously presented, but there's a lot about Delaware Dan Temple of Marketing that we don't understand, and I mean, one of them is definitely time jumping. And so long story short, I found myself, I had lost money not only in the present but also in the past, and there was no way of recovering it unless in the future I went back in time and recovered said losses. And one way of doing that was kind of reaching out, Bayview Bunky. I actually got a spam email from Bayview Bunky, someone who was pretending to be Bayview Bunky. So I went down. I couldn't get a hold of him. I couldn't find their phone number. So I went down to Bayview, Baltimore. It's like he said, it's in the eastern part of Baltimore. You're on Eastern Avenue, and you go under the bridges, and you're not quite to Dundalk. You're not quite in the county, but right there is Bayview. And I couldn't really see no bay. I had no view of the bay, so to speak. But basically, he was there. He told me that. He said, "Yeah, I'll give you some money. As long as you give me some free advertising space in exchange for money." So therefore, it's not free, but it basically is the same idea. So we're cool now. I mean, I hadn't really talked to him since, but after I got out of jail at a citizen's arrest and came back from that whole debacle, he did send me. He mailed me a tape, I think, as a sort of a sign of goodwill, a peace pipe, so to speak. And it's called "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff." By the way, it's all small stuff, or something like that. It's got a weird name. And he kind of made his own additions to it, I think, to further enhance it. And, but we're cool, we're cool. But anyways, that's Bayview Bunky. And, no problem. Delaware Dan.
I don't use the phone number.
An interview with Dr. David, previously a client of Delaware Dan, in conversation with mind-bending discourse and interpenetrating logic. The meeting of the minds, Dan v. Dave. Ending phone conversation that I had with Dr. David. He's previously a legal client of mine, and we did not win the case, but it doesn't matter because this phone conversation, dude, is gonna totally fucking rock your shit. Fuck yeah! 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 Dr. David,
The thing about problems is that once they're solved, you're good. Until they're solved, you got a problem. I'm Bayview Bunky.
They call it an 808 because there's how many of them? Why is it 808?
Well, clearly it's the 808th sampler that they made.
Well, because 8 plus 0 is 8.
You know, it's good. We speak the language of science, and there's a reason for that.
Right. You wanna draw the line. You wanna demarcate what you're doing from the get-go. You know, you wanna make sure that everything you're doing is in the proper boundaries. You want it all, bracketed.
Exactly. That way you don't get lost in the sauce, because it's real easy to get lost in the sauce out there. You get going off on all kinds of shit, just going off, so, you know.
Yeah. There was a red bathtub wound up in our backyard this morning.
How about that? That?
Yeah.
How does something like that end up there?
I think it might have been, sort of a magical realism situation. Like dream logic, entering at the quantum decoherence level.
It makes a lot of sense, just talk about quantum makes me think of Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula.
Count Bakula?
Count Bakula, he's in it, and it's about the time of year when we're going to start seeing a lot of Bakulas. I think I'm confusing this with something else, but basically, he's one of two things. He's jumping around. He's got this guy. He's like, all right, your next mission is going to be jumping into the body of this 8-year-old girl. Or Bakula is like this guy. He's kind of well dressed. He stays in a coffin, and coffin like underground. They bury the bodies in them, and then at night he comes out and he's biting people, and people are like, why am I in this dude's house? And so it's all over the place, but basically, quantum, that's how basically I think. I ended up with a tub in my backyard, but we had to move it. So I mean, quantumly, I think that I could tell I was the guy moving it, but now that I'm trying to remember it, maybe there's a couple guys moving. I don't really remember. It could have been one, it could have been three. I know Adam was driving, but I was the one who was drinking. So that's on a quantum level, that might be debatable. I don't know how this sort of thing works, but you might be better at coming up with that.
You just come to Bayview. Bayview Bunkies. One of the things about being Bayview bound and a Bayview person is that you know how to solve problems. Because Bayview has a lot of problems. That's true. But I'm Bayview Bunky and I solve problems. So come see me. Don't go to Delaware. Bayview Bunkies.
Yeah, memory imprinting. Yeah. Well, the noosphere, that's the lattice of the mind. Your mind, is turned on amidst the lattice of the minds, and there's a whole network of the minds, and it's kind of like neurons in your brain. Like one neuron, the dendrites, when they start shaking, then the axon terminals start going, and then they turn on another one right near them. So that's like you're inheriting the memories of the of the 80s.
I've been.
But they have wild.
There's
What'd you say?
Wawa.
They have what?
The Wawa market.
Wawa.
everywhere. They got the soft pretzels, which I'm like, how you get them soft pretzels all the way fuck down here and keep them so soft? I would think they'd be hard by then.
And I actually know something a little bit about the pretzel softening process.
How about
and people don't know about them that much, but there's actually a lot of times if you see an 18-wheeler pretzel truck driving down the road, there's usually at least a cohort of two to three kneaders in there as well, and those can be either human. They're usually, after the late 1930s, they're no longer animals. They used to have horses back there kneading as the kneaders, but then other things got mixed up in there because the horses the horses would just urinate and defecate on the pretzels, and so that's why they say that the 1940s pretzel consumption was it affected the health of an entire generation there. But you see where we're at now, and you look at how popular pretzel eating is, and you think about people just eating a bunch of horse shit. I know that the same horses that were used by us pretzels were also used by the famous Kentucky Derby after party, where everyone is you ride the horses. It's a horse race, but you
that's when the horses ride the jockeys, right? The horses ride on the jockeys.
Right. You are ridden by the jockeys. The horses are the jockeys.
That's so cool. That's such an American pastime. You think about it, just nothing makes me more proud to be an American and that sort of stuff. So that makes me think of this one time I did do time travel, and I showed up. I was dressed like Sailor Moons. I showed up. I had a 6-pack of Natty Boh because I didn't know what else to get. I only had $7, but I also had an additional $8 so I could get the little Evan Williams. And I showed up to the party. I consumed all 6 beers before I even got up the steps. I drank half a bottle of whiskey, and then all of a sudden I time traveled, and it was like 3 hours later, and I was standing in line for the bathroom because I really had to urinate. And I was like, how did I get here, Delaware Dan? And I said to myself, Delaware Dan, I don't know, you're talking to yourself again. Let's see, that was like a couple hours. That was only 6 beers and like 1 bottle of whiskey. Couple hours, like you exponentially multiply that, and maybe if I drink like something like 5,000 beers and like 3,000 of them whiskey bottles, like I'll probably time travel all of a sudden and wake up next fall, and then we'll know the answer about the watermelons and stuff. I think that's a good idea. Does your family suffer from hoagie prices being influenced by ignoring the potential genocide in Armenia because you went to Woodstock and you wanted the wall but are too horny to have compassion and your wife still won't put out? Then no problem, call Delaware Dan. And vote for Kanye West this Christmas.
If you want to do that, and if you're able to figure out a way to return the answer back in time, that is something I would be interested in. And I think I've maybe told you this before, but one time I've never traveled back in time, but I've traveled. I've had what they call a phenomenological temporal bifurcation.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I remember it was that I was biking. I was also in Terre Haute, Indiana, and I was just thinking about what a terrible place Terre Haute, Indiana was. The got milk billboards and the rain and the men playing spoons on the street.
There you go.
And he said he was the best spoons player on this side of the Wabash River, and it could have been true. And then the next thing I know, I'm flying through the air. Terre Haute, Indiana has vanished totally. And I'm smack dab in the middle of the Free Mini Library, inside the glass. It was sort of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of situation, because I don't know how I got in there. This is what I was thinking. This is my thoughts at the time. I was like, this must be like an Alice in Wonderland situation that I'm now, and then I realized that my head was straight in, with the books, and so I took that, I interpreted that in a way that allowed me to realize that I hadn't been reading enough books. So then, I mean, all of those books were really bloody and ruined, but I went to the library. I put my shirt on my head and I wrapped up the cut, and I went to the library. So then I got some books.
How about that? That's one of them American adventure stories that just goes down in history. I hope one day they start teaching that in schools, because that's an important thing I think the kids need to learn these days. Is you can travel through the wormhole, through the portal, and enter a whole new realm, and especially through books. I mean, I sat there, all of a sudden I'm on Arrakis. There's people are battling over this resource. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy, dude. And then next thing I know, I'm tripping out to acid as a giant space worm on a planet, and I'm like 1,000 years old. And I'm like, god damn, dude, that's the trippiest shit I ever thought of. It's insane.
Yeah. So, do you think that books are kind of like drugs? Is that what you're saying?
I think drugs make a good substitute for books, and that can go both ways. So by deductive reasoning, this it could be that. So, we'll have to tailor that sentence in a way that makes sense to kids. Like I said, I occasionally dabble marketing to children, and it's definitely it's not a good idea, as I've learned firsthand. Don't go up to the kids and say, hey, like, do these drugs. Parents get kind of mad, and and I understand that. I get it, but
but if you tell them that they're books,
then they'll do them all day, and then the parents are like, I support this. And that's our interview with Dr. David, interdimensional time guy, going through portals, coming soon to a portal near you. Thanks for listening. Now on to the next part. Does your family suffer from too many toaster ovens that are set to temperatures that remind your family of being stranded in the desert on Christmas, when the radiation coming off of the reaction of your experimental skin cream medication that you were prescribed and caught suppressing travelers on a tarmac at a secret Air Force base, where you realized that you are the product of your environment but not productive in any way regarding the environment? Then no problem. Call Delaware Dan at 699-4201. I forgot to mention 302-696-4021. 420. Call Delaware Dan. No problem. Call now.
So you say I got a dirty something. I ain't. You see, I never learned the lyrics to this one, man. Man, stop the tape, man. Stop the tape, man. You see, here's the whole thing, though. Because, like, this particular song, growing up in Bayview, man, you heard this song all the time. It was very common to hear it blasting out of cars, especially Camaros, and it gets me kind of sentimental, because I'm Bayview Bunky, and if you got a problem, I can solve your problem. Don't go to Delaware, man. I know it's tempting. I know the tax breaks and all that, but I'm telling you, man, don't go. I can solve your problem right here. I'm right on Eastern Avenue. You just keep going, go past Highlandtown, go under the 3 bridges, go up the hill, go to Greektown, stop there, get some food. It's funny, though, because, like, I heard more and more than restaurants is closing, but it's like Greektown, so I'm assuming you can get Greek food there. Oh, man, I got some text coming in. I'm a busy man. I got to solve more problems. Well, got to go. This has been Bayview Bunky, and I hope you have a good night.
You know what I think? I think, instead of defunding the police, we should just replace them all with giant walking penises. I think that would basically serve the same exact purpose. And now for our next feature, Airin Out with Airin
like to sleep in. I like to sleep in tonight.
Yeah.
Because like last night I got in at like, I went to sleep at like 3.
Yeah.
And then it was like the cake was in like a couple big pieces, like the very bottom, the part that looks like a cake. I show you a picture of it.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like the Stanley Cup, and there's like a big bottom. It was like this tall.
Yeah.
Styrofoam cylinder on the bottom, and then there was like actual cake. It was probably a cake, but it was like the base of it. And it took 2 people to move it. So like, they're like, well, it's got to go in the hotel room because it can't sit out in the van. Because they're like, if it gets hot,
Yeah, it'll melt.
But it was like 60 degrees last night.
Oh, damn, right on the line.
And I was like, I took all the other stuff inside because it wasn't normally with a cake like that. They let it sit in the shop and like the gum paste and the final part for a day, like or overnight. But they were like putting it together like as it put up in there. So they're like, crank the air conditioning as much as you can. I had on high the whole time. Like I had like a flannel on. And then moving inside, I brought like a box fan to blow with like heart.
Yeah.
So I was like, and they're like, gave me like an extra $40. They're like, give somebody $20 to help you or something like that. I was like, all right, word. But there was like nobody.
You had to move that shit by yourself?
I didn't move it.
Oh,
I set my alarm clock for like 6 a.m. I just like took
right when it starts getting warm. Yeah.
Got up. And then turned the fucking car on and ran the air conditioner for like a half hour, turned it off, went back to bed for like another couple hours.
Damn.
Turned it for like 2 more hours. I got like 5 hours. It was like,
nice.
I was just like, I'm gonna fucking edge my best in this one. But it was also like not hot.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at the weather and it was like 59 or 60 degrees.
Yeah.
I was like,
I could get away with it. Yeah, I got this. Damn.
It's so funny with like Lucas getting a job there and you working there. Oh, there's an all.
Jacob
He just came out of the water back there. Wait.
There's another one over there.
It's probably the same dog.
There's a buoy right there.
It's like a little bit past the buoy.
oh wait,
You'll see its fin coming out.
These blessed dolphins.
Lucas like never worked still.
Yeah.
I used to fucking, I was a teenager, I would just like call him all the time.
Yeah.
I used to fucking, I was a teenager, I would just like call him all the time.
Yeah.
I used to fucking, I was a teenager, I would just like call him all the time.
Yeah.
I used to fucking, I was a teenager, I would just like call him all the time. They watched the Resident Evil movies and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. They watched the Resident Evil movies and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. They watched the Resident Evil movies and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. They watched the Resident Evil movies and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. They watched the Resident Evil movies and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that.
Like, 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 like.
We went to the scrapyard.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you find anything? I guess I could just listen to the.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like took scrap metal there, made money. Had a couple of electrical motors.
Nice.
Sealed compressor unit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it all adds up.
You get 10 of them.
Yeah, man.
And this $1.
You got yourself a crack rock. Yeah, a bunch of copper.
Nice.
Pipes, wire. I had a little bit of aluminum. I had some lead.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy. I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy. I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy. I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy. I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy. I'm gonna punch you like Gold from Trailer Park Boy.
Turns out.
Dude, Are You Gonna Go My Way fucking rips. I don't know, I liked him when he came out, but I was also like 14 or something. But then I've never like listened to a whole album.
I won an award for like the best culinary chef in like my class in high school, and so I won like a trip to Disney World to meet Duff, and I was just.
With the Dan Electro sitar guitar thing. Jimi Hendrix is retro. Wait,
Well,
Jimi
the
Hendrix
90s,
is old.
60s were like
Does your family suffer from the lack of vehicular rituals that empower the driver with omniscience that could prevent all car accidents, but you refuse because you refuse to believe that you're not a senior in order to receive a discount on generic male enhancement supplements that were found at the gas station and with the same chemical compounds that led to insecure men gathering to promote not one idea while they tug each other off to promote other concepts of male supremacy and dominance while ignoring the slapback blissful justice of cause and effect? Then no problem. Call Delaware Dan at 666-420-69-420. Extension gas station pills. Use the code gas station pills to log on to your Delaware Dan account. Press 1 for more options. Thank you. Delaware Dan.
Big retro.
Some dude's dad's jam band.
Hell yeah.
At the blues scale and just sort of gang.
Oh yeah, he says
Pink Floyd built the wall.
that's pretty tight. I mean, I've heard cuss words on the radio before.
Yeah, definitely.
College radio. I've heard all cuss words on the radio.
Yeah, this,
But they're just like sitting there like a turd, right? Hey, 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 hey. Like real.
Yeah.
I mean, do
No.
they record broadcasts like that? Sometimes.
I mean, if you got the aux cable, Eric's in the room or something. Yo, dude, have you seen this? All right, we're at Golf Boulevard. This segment's called Crossing the Street.
Crossing the street.
We're about halfway.
Yeah.
There's no cars in either direction for at least like another 4 seconds.
Oh, good.
No, longer than that.
Man, that's
like 18.
That's a lot. Out here in St. Pete, smoking joints on the beach. What's up? Yeah. The border crossed us. The border crossed us. The border crossed us. The border crossed us.
This is the Gulf. Welcome to the Gulf of Mexico.
The border crossed us. The border crossed us. Yeah. That wall was covered in lizards. The border crossed us. The border crossed us. The border crossed us. You know, I haven't seen though in real life, except for at a zoo under a hot light bulb, is an alligator.
I don't know, euthanized dog steaks.
I want to go to a gator jamboree. Like how like the Lithuanian dance hall, the Lithuanian hall is. They have like Polish halls and stuff too. Yeah. It was like a cram, baby.
There you go.
Like when I was on Lake Champlain, like the sun came up over it, and Eric was like, if you're up, you should definitely check it out. It's fucking beautiful. Yeah. And like one of the days, I was like woke up and like looked outside. I was like, damn.
Gulf of Mexico. Go straight across is Mexico. And Honduras is over there.
Yep. Belize.
Yeah, Belize. You better
believe that. So they took I don't know who did. Thank God for it. They removed the bench at the bus stop.
Oh, whoa.
So not as many people like sit there.
Yeah.
People would just sit there like, oh. It's more of a tour.
Just told me about him in like the man cave and like cleaning up the man cave.
Dude. Well, I was cruising. I was just like, back to my room. I was like, yo, fuck, trying to take some t-shirt back. I was like, no shirt, crying skinny pup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even though it's the SH.
It's like, you can say bullshit more than you can say shit.
Dude, they say bullshit on the Disney Channel.
Oh, really? Yeah, like, I've seen the sunrise over the ocean like 8 times, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't get over it.
You know, like on myself.
Yeah.
And I lived by the ocean for like a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, dude, fucking gonna get over it. If I want to sleep, I can sleep. If I don't have to get up. It was like all pink. I was just like, shit. I was like not even awake. It was like the memory of it was like really psychedelic. Like right on, 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 like right on. Right.
Ace of Cakes like was really big on.
I never watched that show. I'm fucking wondering about it. It's got a strong set.
Oh, I'm gonna dip. I'll put it down.
No more bullshit.
For real.
Dude, I saw one by my mom's house that said "fuck your feelings." I feel like you could always say bullshit on TV.
Nudity
Bullshit on the radio on "Money," the Pink Floyd song.
Yeah,
But then
they started that.
I don't know if that's a DJ just feeling
little
himself,
naughty. Yeah. It's like,
I love college radio because they're like your age or like maybe a little older.
Yes, this is a real Delaware Dan, and if you have a problem with it, you can take it to the Supreme Court, because as of this Friday, Delaware Dan will be nominated and win the Supreme Court seat, therefore eliminating all obstacles and opposition. So call Delaware Dan. Thank you. Call now. All right, Delaware Dan here. We're gonna listen to some music real quick. Get through some songs. New segment I'm trying to branch into marketing for music artists and things of that sort. So I got a whole team of people making my background beats, and they're paid top dollar every day, and these people are probably making their music for free. However, if you feel like dropping down to their Bandcamp pages, give them some money, they can put that money into further paying for more marketing services by Delaware Dan. So these ones, however, are pro bono and they're on the house. So the first one we're going to listen to is by a big supporter of the Delaware Dan Temple marketing movement. Has been highly active in the Delaware Dan keeping the streets legal with Delaware Dan Street Team. And she's been very supportive with the youth, going around tagging Delaware Dan LLC, get the word out about Delaware Dan. We go down to Inner Harbor and of Wilmington, sometimes Baltimore, depends if I've been to Baltimore before, but basically we go down, we go tag in, and we and it's fun. The kids love it, and they get a big kick out of it. And there's still a little bit of some people think it's not legal. It's like, okay, well, tell me if it's not legal, because Delaware Dan is it's a street legal team. It's making the streets legal, so therefore it's legal. So Delaware Dan. But anyways, her name's Steph, and she goes under her name Field. And she's out there in the sticks up there, somewhere in Maryland, just hanging out in the woods, going down to the Chesapeake, and stuff like that. So here we are with Art Study J Dojo Waterspout Remix, and this was released 7 days after 420, April 2020, in 2020. So it would have been 4/20/2020. And so it's 3/20s, but it was actually April 27th. It was 7 days after that. So here we go. Art Study, J Dojo Waterspout Remix by Field, a.k.a. Steph, up there in Maryland. Also worth mentioning, if for fans of Final Friday, if you saw the presentations that Insane Angel and Ben Starkey and Delaware Dan gave, you'd be fan, then you would know about Final Fridays already. So go check out, go YouTube, Google, ask Jeeves, do whatever you got to do. Find out Final Friday Newark Bike Project up in there on 276 in Delaware. It's also Elkton Road. It turns into Elkton, Maryland. So it's right across the border in Delaware. So, she's going to be playing there this Final Friday. It's called Final Friday because it's the last Friday of the month. So coming up, I don't know what the date is, but it's just the last Friday of October before Halloween. So check that out. Art Study by Field, and you can find more kind of stuff like this. She won't be playing actually at the venue, by the way. It's going to be online, so just look it up. All right, I'm not going to do that for you. You figure it out. right. That was pretty good. That was from Field. That's Steph from Delaware. But kind of Maryland, Delaware. It's all the same, really. I think it used to be part of the same plot, and some dude stole it. So, anyways, yeah. So she also wanted to make sure everybody knows that there's a new album dropping. It's called 9400, aka also known as 9400. But there's no comma between the 9 and the 4, so I think it's 9400. I don't know exactly how to say it, but that's coming out October 16th. So keep your ears and eyes peeled for that. It's going to be pretty good. And okay, coming up next, it was good job, Field. That was great stuff. So, anyways, we're doing Zoe. Reamer's got a new song coming. Actually, this came out. It's recorded by Paco Cathcart earlier this year, February. Right before the pandemic hit, and I had some tragedies befall upon me. I'm not talking about the COVID diagnosis, because that was fake. I didn't really have COVID. I already apologized for it, so I'm not going back into that. But I was put under citizen's arrest, and we're still trying to track down the person who it was. That has nothing to do with this song, though. It's called let's see, we'll do it's called Roll Away, and it's pretty good. So this Zoe, Superflower from Baltimore, Maryland, and Zoe made a song, and very proud of her for making this, and Paco did a good job recording it, and for fans of the Gut Fauna, she's in the Gut Fauna. So here we go, and it's loading. I don't know if it's started yet. Did it start yet? Come on. Oh, here we go. It's called Roll Away. I don't know if I said that. I think I did, but Superflower. I'm not going to interrupt anymore. Just so you know, I'm not going to be interrupted on the track. I don't want to disrespect the music.
gotta go. Gonna decompose. Roll on over, baby, see you later. 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 Roll away. Roll on over, baby, see you later. Roll on over, baby, see you later. Roll on over, baby, see you later. Roll away.
Does your family suffer from the closure of your favorite pawn shop where you bought the gun that was stolen from your house in a B&E last year and then used to shoot your grandfather in a comical yet tragic time-traveling farce? Well then call Delaware Dan Prayer Force 1 at 302-69 to get your gun back. 69 your own guns. Stand tall and stand proud, boys sucking your own. Call Delaware Dan Prayer Force 1 to 69 your own guns. Alright. Okay, no, it is done. Alright, so that was off the album Warm, Snug, New Skin by Superflower. It's a Zoe Reamer band solo project. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Got kind of a folk thing going there with the, doing the kind of space sounds in the beginning. I thought that was pretty trippy. So yeah, check out Superflower. That's all one word, Superflower. I'm good at spelling. That's what I do. I'm Delaware Dan. So check it out. Moving on. Speaking about trippy stuff, I sometimes think about that scene in 2001. When everyone's dead and he leaves the spaceship. No, I'm spoiling it, so just deal with that. But anyways, he leaves the spaceship, and then the slab thing is there's like a billion of them floating in space, and all of a sudden, boom, he just starts tripping balls. And sometimes I think about that. So the next thing we're going to review is called Balsam Babe. Balsam Babe. 2 B's. 2 different words. Balsam, I think it's a type of wood, and babe, like the pig in the city, the little babe, the gallant pig. So, but I think it could mean something else. It could mean like a small child, or it could mean just like a tree that's looking at you kind of nice, So it's by Frank and the Hurricanes, and we actually I got my field reporter go out and interview him in person over the phone, and we'll get a little bit of the scoop. But I'm gonna play the track first, and so that way So Frank Hurricane, he's traveling around kind of guy. He's going town to town, playing these songs about everyone getting along, despite not getting along. They still can get along. You got all kinds of people you would not expect. He's got stories about all that kind of stuff, and it's really nice. So you got Balsam Babe from he normally plays for years. I've seen him only doing solo acts. Now he's doing bands, and who knows what's next? He might get into marketing or something. I don't know. Next level. I think my boy Bayview Bunky's got something for him. So just check it out. But anyways, Balsam Babe, and the album is on a cover. It was drawn by Turner Williams from the band that the Alien played in. and then it's got like Terry Turtle, Rockin' in Heaven. It's got all these people in heaven. Danny Monster Cruz, who was in a band called Flaming Dragons Middle Earth, very spiritual. We'll be doing a whole segment about him in a future episode. And also Terry Turtle, who's in the band Buck Gooder, and they both passed away. And these albums are about them. So very hardworking, very spiritual people that contributed a lot to the American and the world DIY music, and definitely eclectic, very strange music from all over the place, and very peaceful yet very aggressive, and something makes you feel kind of like what I previously described in 2001: A Space Odyssey. As a matter of fact, my boy seen Frank and the Hurricanes at the Normal's bookstore up there in Baltimore, Maryland, and he said that when he was on the shrooms so hard, he was tripping balls, and he said that when Frank and the Hurricanes they took the stage, which wasn't really a stage, it was just like the front of the room, and they just started playing, and he was tripping so hard, and the music was so good that he said he felt like he was seeing them lines and laser beams like it was in 2001: A Space Odyssey, when the homeboy was tripping out, and then he started aging rapidly and then became reborn as this benevolent spirit that came back to the earth that was going to help everybody. I recommend 2001: A Space Odyssey, but you got to sync it up with when this album comes out. Sync it up. So we're going to listen to the album, and then we're going to go straight into the interview with Frank Hurricane when we got my man on the ground down interviewing him. So Balsam Babe. It's pretty good. You got a new album coming out, Hurricanes of Love. Haven't heard that name in a while. You got a little band together. You want to tell me about that?
Frank and the Hurricanes.
Oh, Frank and the Hurricanes. My bad. I'm going to edit that out.
Oh yeah, Frank and the Hurricanes. That's the new band. You saw us rock. Yeah, like
so amazing.
In January.
So amazing.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. The record, we were on our way to record it when we played that show in Baltimore. We were on our way to record that record up in Johnson City, New York. We recorded it, starting the next day after that show, actually.
Oh, damn.
And we stayed up there for a week, recorded it, and it. I mean, it's gonna be next level.
Hell yeah. Is it out already, or you got it coming out soon?
It's coming out soon. The first song is out now. Balsam Babe is called. You can check it out on the YouTube. And off the Instagram, I got a link and stuff. I'm from like the Bandcamp. You can pre-order the record, and we're going to do tapes too. We'll get that info about the tape stuff too. But you can pre-order the record now, but it comes out November 20th.
That's what's up. Hell yeah, I'm super excited for it. I mean, the main thing I saw is I like the fact that we are still getting, the Frank Hurricane songs, but kind of, you could have like extended jam parts. We get to hear you jam a lot more, which like, on the tapes and stuff, I love hearing you kind of just jamming out with the drum machine, but hearing you with the full band is amazing. And what's it like for you working with a band in that regard, like getting to kind of stretch songs out and jamming and shit?
It's awesome. Like, it's crazy. Like, it feels amazing, and like the two homies are like my two best buddies, and like it's just amazing. Like, we just filmed the next music video. It's gonna be coming out like probably in like a week or something. It's gonna come out like a couple days before Halloween, and it's like a kind of horror themed video.
Nice.
Man, it's off the rails. Like, we got kicked out of a graveyard. There's like this redneck graveyard security guy, and he goes, "No, y'all boys got to get out of here now." And we don't do that here. We don't do that, putting all them pumpkins on the tombstone. We were like rocking out with like instruments in the graveyard, like puffed out of our minds, stuck out like with like instruments and like crazy like pumpkin heads and shit like that, like jumping on people's graves and stuff. And it's like old and like I guess you would say an old ass motherfucking cemetery. And then like we go full juggalo in these abandoned like factories down by the river at night.
Whoa.
And shit, and like the video is crazy.
Does your family suffer from sentient paintings taunting you while you mop up the spillage from your morning tug and toss? No problem. Call Delaware Dan at 302-666-420. Call now.
It's gonna be nuts. Dave's editing it right now.
Nice.
And yeah, like I'm so excited. So that's coming out really soon. And then a third song, and then the record will be out. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah! I loved Turner's artwork for it.
Thank you. Yeah, got Holy Terry Turtle,
dude.
Big Danny on the front.
Yeah, dude. The benevolent spirits from beyond.
Exactly. And it's crazy. Like, so the album's dedicated to Terry and Dan.
Hell yeah.
And crazily enough, just by mystical, circumstance, the day that the record comes out is the day that Terry passed away. Exactly a year before.
And that was not intentional. That just kind of wound up that way.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's insane. Like, I told Billy, I was like, it's coming out on the 20th. And he was like, that's the day that Terry passed away. And we were like, wow, that's just... Damn. Like... out of any day, that 1 year after the thing.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, true.
I know, yeah. I mean, they both have influenced me a lot anyway, so just that's in there. Some of the lyrics I feel like were influenced by Danny, for sure. Like, some of the lyrics on this album, definitely, and like, Terry, I was thinking about a lot, I guess, when I wrote the song. I was thinking about him a lot, and like, I think some of the riffs, maybe a little bit of the guitar playing might be kind of Terry influence.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like also like it's definitely like my favorite thing I've ever done, and I was like, I'm gonna dedicate this to my two chiefs that passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Do you have any plans? I guess. Well, it's hard to plan shit because of the pandemic, but you got any? I guess any like streaming performances or like social distance shows like that you might do?
You know, not really. Like nothing planned. I mean, I'm not a big fan of these.
They're fucking weird.
Shows.
They're so weird, man.
Yeah. I can't deal with that. I don't want to see it, and I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to be doing that. But socially distant shows, yeah, probably something coming up. Like I know, like the other homies in the band, and me together, all three kind of think maybe it's best to wait until it's truly safe, just to stand in solidarity, with everybody else,
Definitely.
But at the same time, I kind of want to just do some gangster stuff, like drive-in shows or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, we'll just see what happens, we'll see what happens. But I got a feeling it's going to be a while till we rock it down. But we're going to start working on the next record. Sure.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's exciting.
I've been getting inspired recently and been writing a lot of new songs that I think are really good tunes. The first, 4 or 5 months of the hate and Rona, I felt pretty like I wasn't like I just wasn't feeling inspired to write stuff. Like I just I didn't even pick up the guitar for like 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Like I just chilling. I was reading, I was tripping, but I wasn't playing. But now I've been writing a lot. The next release session.
That's what's up. Yeah, hell yeah. It's good to take a step away from something. I do that, especially with guitar playing. I'm not like a very dedicatedly disciplined guitar player. I just play kind of when it feels right and
oh yeah.
So I spend a lot of time away from it. But then when I come back, it's like everything just kind of flows up. Like everything, like shit was getting blocked up. I didn't even realize. And then as soon as my hand touches those strings, it just whoosh, just comes flying out. And
hey, I kind of feel the same way, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
You do any good hiking during these times?
Dude, I did more of that than anything. I probably got in 700 miles, I'd say.
Damn, where'd you go?
So I did a fuck ton of the AT.
Yeah.
This year. I mean, I've done the whole thing already, but I like to just do whatever part you can over and over again. So
yeah.
I did from the bottom, like from the very start, in the Calola Falls, all the way up to Casper Coast. I did a bunch of other parts of it. I did some of those parts twice during the Rona time. I did tons of hiking in this area in Georgia that I've never spent much time in before. Well, Big Frog Mountain is next to it, but it's adjacent to it. It's called the Cohutta Wilderness, and it's this insane area that not many people go to. I mean, it's pretty much rugged, baller-ass trails, a lot of boards, crazy boards and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And so I did a lot of that. I walked almost every part of that whole wilderness area. And there's crazy waterfalls, a lot of overgrown trails, bushwhack and stuff like that. I mean, it was pretty extreme, pretty wild.
Wow.
So that was, I got to see spring like I've never seen before. I got to see all the leaves come in. I got to see all the different wildflowers come in. because I would, I'd spend 5 days with my family, and then I'd spend like 3 days hiking and stuff.
Wow.
And like every week, basically, something like that, and like, so I got to see all the different phases of the spring turn into the summer, now turn into the fall. I've been able to hike so much that I don't have anything else to do. So
Yeah.
that's been awesome,
Did you meet any like characters while you were hiking, or is it pretty like barren? I imagine there's still probably people going hiking.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there. There's less. It's weird. Like at some point, there was like more people, like than usual. I felt like for like certain seasons.
Yeah.
And then now I feel like there's less people than you would think there'd be more because people can get out in the woods and then they can friggin' relax and you can kind of forget that shit even happens and stuff, but it's like, but I think people kind of like OD'd on hiking or something, like during the first couple months of the virus and shit, of the Rona, like I feel like people kind of OD'd some on like hiking, which might be a good thing actually, just because otherwise I think there would be so many, even in the less zones right now, because you need to be outside. But I feel like I definitely did some hikes, recently that like it was an absurd amount of people, and then but I think still for the most part there's not that many people out there, just like there is anywhere else. And like, but I have met some characters. I'm trying to think of a specific one or two, like real quick, like. Definitely some holy characters. I was hiking with the Smokies. I did the whole Smokies. Like, I think I did it like 4.5 days or something like that. Like the whole AT section through there, but I did like maybe 100 miles. 150 below or 200 below up into it, and like I ended up getting, it was like this one place where like usually it's like packed to the gills of people. It's called Fontana. It's called the Fontana Hilton. It's like a big ass shelter. Usually there's like this town, like this vacation town. It's like you can get a really cheap like $2 or $3 shuttle to go get all the booze and all the food. So usually there's like mad moms like living up in there, like, and it's on the lakeside, and there's like a shower, and bathroom, a bunch of toilets. So like usually there's like all these homeless gangsters posted up, and like mad like young people, old people, like really great vibe. And this time it was nobody, and it was the most infested with bugs zone I may have ever seen in my entire life. And it was a really grim moment. The lake pumping out some hate vibes too, and like it was really twisted. I wrote a song about it. Actually, it's going to be on the next. Like, it might be the best song I ever wrote. But,
hell yeah! Oh wow!
It got really naughty and lonely, and sad that night. But the next morning, all of a sudden, I was in the Smokies, and there was like a ton of people, and I formed up this big crew. It was like 5 fraternity bros from Gainesville. You wouldn't imagine that would be the crew that I've been hanging with, but these 5 fraternity bros from Gainesville who actually turned out to be amazing. They called themselves the Soggy Boys. Because they got so soggy, they got real moist and stuff.
Amazing.
And then my bad boy Lightfoot. So it was them, me, and this guy Lightfoot, who's like, I don't know, there's like 60, maybe 70 from Michigan, gangster at Michigan Pimp.
Damn.
He was like telling me all about this. He was like, this Italian restaurant, Santinello's. And he was talking about, he was like going off about this holy rasta that like rocks the Santinello's on the piano and shit. And he was saying that I should play Santinello. And so I played. It was like this mystical morning, like in the fall, It was over 6,000 feet. One of the tallest peaks in the East Coast. We're all waking up. We're all saying goodbye. You know, we're not going to see each other for a while, for maybe forever, but at least for a while. And we all become good friends. The homie breaks up a pint of rum. Like, one of the young homies, like, hikes up a pint of rum and gave it to me. You guys lent him some tent steaks and shit. So it's like, you know, we had all really become a band. I got some good pictures actually of all of us. But,
Nice.
you know, we were saying goodbye, and it was mystical foggy morning at 6 a.m. Sun peeping through the thick fog and the mystical, crazy pine trees, like, up in the 6,000. And I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna bust out some tunes. I had a little service on the phone, so I threw in some Insane Clown Posse, because none of these homies had ever heard it. My boy from Michigan had never heard it and stuff. So I blasted the ICC, and he goes, now if your music sounds like this, I don't think they'll have you down at Santinello's. And I was like, don't worry, man, my music doesn't sound like that. He was like, I didn't think so. You know?
Damn. That's amazing.
But my favorite record that I've listened to during the hatred Rona time has been this record that my boy turned me on to. It's called UNH Apostrophe by Philip Nabanye. Have you ever heard that one?
No, not yet.
You're about to lose your mind.
It's called
UNH Apostrophe.
Yeah, okay.
The guy is Philip Nabanye. T-A-B-A-N-E.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right, I got it. Hell yeah.
Everybody's got on to that. It's my fault. A quick recommendation, please, to you and anyone else listening to the Mystic Podcast. Dude, like, the cheap tequila to make the Mystic Marks out of, the cheap tequila that is the best, is way better than the Montezuma.
Hell yeah.
The Monty Albans.
Oh, shit. Okay. Monty Albans.
Monty Albans. And it's the silver tequila. And you can get the handle for the same price as like Montezuma, maybe an extra $1.
It's worth it.
Yeah, the Monty Albans. Yeah, and that's, like, it's life-changing.
Hell yeah. I definitely, I'll seek it out.
That's the shit, like, that's what Frank and the Hurricane drank Monty Albans.
Hell yeah. Dude, thank you for that. I'm definitely checking that. We're gonna put on your video when it drops, and then we're gonna check out Tabanye and just like get so crunk.
Yeah, you're in for a treat,
dude. Thank you.
In for it.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, it's good hearing you, and definitely miss you a bunch.
Alex. Dude, miss you guys too. Tell Sam I said so much love and hi, and I can't wait to hang.
Definitely.
Awesome, man.
You take good care, man. I'll see you down the road, and I'll be in touch.
Awesome, holy helmet. Keep it tripping naughty, brother.
You too, Frank. Love you, dude.
Love you, man.
Peace.
Frank and the Hurricanes' new album Love Ya, coming out November 20th, 2020. Check frankhurricane.com for more info.
Does your family suffer from the lack of drones that emit drone tones, instilling the truth of the all-pervasive mind, wishing you a safe trip to the post office? Then no problem, call Delaware Dan. 302. I forget the phone number. 69, something like that. Call Delaware Dan. for our next segment, Illegal Crimes, featuring crimes that are in fact illegal. Alright, Delaware Dan here, just gonna look at some, some illegal crimes that happened this week. Notably, a couple guys went in and they went in and they tried kidnapping this dude, and anyways, I'm looking at Delaware Online right now, which I'm not very fond of, but we'll work with it. But it says Delaware man charged in governor kidnapping plot appears in court. And it's written by Xerxes Wilson from Delaware News Journal. And the Delaware man accusing the plotting to kidnap the governor of Michigan will remain in jail for now. Barcroft, 44 of Bear, Delaware, appeared before a federal magistrate Delaware via video on Tuesday and waived his detention hearing and consented to his case being transferred to a Michigan federal court. So apparently, I guess he's in Michigan, which is where they got him. They tried to get him, and I'm looking at a picture of this guy. I don't know. He don't look so nice. Like, I'm not asking this dude to wash my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might ask him for a beer or something. It's like, bro, you got an extra cigarette? I'd expect him to say no. I don't have an extra cigarette for you, Delaware Dan. Get the fuck out of my face. So it seems like he would do something nefarious, like. But he supports terrorism, gang membership, and weapons charges, according to other people that he was doing this kidnapping with. And I'm gonna go out here on an opinion poll right now, and I'm only polling myself, Delaware Dan, but I don't think it's cool. I don't care what you think. You're not going out kidnapping nobody. I think that's fucking stupid. So that's illegal crimes today. Don't go out there and, kidnapping people. What the fuck? Especially if you're from Delaware, you set a bad example for a state. Shame on you. And you have ruined your own reputation and your own karma, and you got to face God with the acts that you have done. So, okay, we're not living in biblical times, people. It's Delaware Dan, and, things are definitely at an all-time high. So, all right, illegal crimes. And that's been Illegal Crimes. Illegal Crimes. Does your family suffer from phone calls that you think will deliver news, good or bad, but instead targets you and your family based on your input via social media that let your spouse find out about your bestial tendencies and send her packing? No problem. Call Delaware Dan.
When you don't sweat the small stuff so much in your life, a lot of really great things happen.
Dr. is the best-selling author of the worldwide phenomenon, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff.
And I can guarantee you folks, you do this a couple of times and you'll see that there's almost nothing in life.
In his first television special, Dr. shares 9 simple strategies that may change your life forever.
When you strive to create an attitude of non-resistance, and when you strive to have a positive attitude...
Hey man, look, I know we've had our differences. This is Bunky. Dan, this doesn't sound right. Listen, man, it's David Bowie, but it don't sound right at all. It's like I feel like I took the bad acid or something, like it's really freaking me out, man. Like, I know we've had our differences and all, but like David Bowie sounding so weird right now. I'm thinking, man, is this it? Is this the end of the road? I don't know, man. So anyways, before whatever happens next, I just want you to know, man, that we've had our differences, and you came down the street and you talked to me, and man, I appreciate that, because I don't talk on the phone. We met face to face, Dan, you and me, Bunky and Dan. We sat down, we hashed it out. This music is so weird though. I'm thinking maybe I ate these brownies earlier, man. I thought they were just normal brownies. Oh man, I need to take a nap or something. I gotta, give me a minute, hold on. Does this sound weird to you, or am I just like losing my mind? I mean, there's brownies, man. Jesus Christ. Jesus, Mary, Joseph. Anyway, I'm just saying, man, if this is it, look, man, the whole point is we've had our differences. I think we resolved them. You know, Delaware Dan and Bayview Bunky are all right. We're all right with each other. I hope. I hope. Like, David Bowie's like a weird dude, man. I eat these brownies, and this music sounds so weird right now. And I got this tape, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It turns out it's all small stuff, so I'm sweating, man. I'm sweating. I'm taping over the tape. It didn't help me at all. Don't sweat the small stuff, my ass. It's all small stuff. The dude says it first thing. So of course you're going to be upset. Oh, man. This music sounds so weird, though. I'm telling you, man, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And then, okay, so she's from China. Why you gotta be discriminatory? Just because someone's from China, don't mean you call them girl. I mean, what if it's an adult? You don't call a girl. I mean, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Whew. Man, these brownies. I hope this sounds normal to you. It sounds weird to me. Because I've been trying to fix my tape deck, right? And the whole thing is busted, and you can't buy them. I go into the goddamn Rite Aid, I'm like, can I buy a tape deck? And they're like, this here will play Bluetooth in Amazon. I don't have Amazon. I don't give money to the richest man in the world. He just made $26 billion. I don't need to give that guy no more of my money. I just want a goddamn tape deck. Again, David Bowie sounds like a demon from hell. Like, I don't understand. The man can sing, he can dance, he puts on outfits, the whole thing, you know? So I'm just going to chill out for a little while. I'm just going to see if it's the brownies or my tape deck. Dan, look, man, you and me are good. Whatever happens next, man, you and me are good. I know I've gotten mad, but I'm cool. And I hope you're cool, too. So more to come. I'll give you a little more small stuff or whatever. Sweat. All right, bye.
And how nobody understands how hard your life is, and how unfair it is, and then you start calculating how many times it's probably going to happen next week, and you start really getting into this. Now, I came up with a term to describe analysis paralysis that I call a thought attack. And a thought attack.
Hey Dan, look, this tape is getting weirder, man. I got caught in the mind trap. You know that guy was just talking about the mind traps, man? Oh, listen to this tape, man, so weird. The other problem now is Bowie's like phoning it in, like side B's, like not even a hit. Like, it's like he's already done the hits and he's just like moaning. I don't know, man. I feel like this record is flawed in a number of ways that are surprising to me. It might be the brownies, but I don't know, like, you know, he's like the thin white duke and everything, and I don't know. Check this out, man. This guitar solo is pretty alright. But he like sounds like this weird creepy demon. So I went back to the Rite Aid, man. They ain't got no tape players. They don't even sell blank tapes, man. How am I supposed to? I got all these Priest records, and I don't got them on, you know, whatever. I gotta make copies for the car. I don't want on Priest records to sound like this, man. This is going to be terrible. I'm going to be driving around Priest records. People will make fun of me. I'll be driving around the neighborhood and I'll be like, hey, Bunky, what is that? You just Priest? What's going on, man? Is your tape deck broken or something? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it needs brownies. I'm pretty sure my tape deck's broken. And I don't know. I feel like Bowie's phoning in on side B, man. I mean, he could have cranked it out. I mean, you heard the man work. He's like Ziggy Stardust. And this guitar solo, I don't know. I feel like the second time through, it's like not as good. It's like kind of maybe the other guy's phoning in too. I feel like they're all phoning in, honestly. Yeah, this is like the bridge. I mean, you know, I feel like they're just killing time. I feel like, right, they like got the hits and they're like, all right, man, we need 40 minutes because like people want 40 minutes of music, and they just like, I don't know, man. This ain't no Let's Dance. Well, man, I'm gonna go sweat the small stuff because it's all small stuff and it freaks me out, man. I'm gonna give you some more wisdom from that guy, and I don't even know who I am anymore. I think these brownies are starting to make me get confused. Sometimes I think I'm Dan and you're Bunky. It's so weird, man. I'm glad we worked that out because, like, I don't like to be in conflict with people. I don't like it at all, man. Now my tape's like busting up. I don't even understand. I gotta go. I don't know where I'm going to go to get the tape player because I don't even know where they sell them anymore. You can't buy them at Walmart, maybe. I haven't even been at Walmart looking for it yet. Gotta go, man.
Users, trying to help them recover from their problem. This particular group got together and they spent 1 hour talking about thought attacks and how your mind tricks you into turning something into a really, really big deal and how it makes you...
All right, buddy, now I'm going to try something with this whole thought attack thing. So I'm going to try and make a tape of the tape, right? So I'm going to try to tape something that I think, and we'll see what it sounds like. If it sounds weird, like, let me know. I'm just going to put some music on here from a CD to the tapes because I'm trying to get my Priest, honestly, on a tape for the car. This ain't Priest, but we'll see what it sounds like. All right, buddy. Talk to you.
Hey there, folks. If your family suffers from your former bestiality habits that were channeled into marketing, but you failed miserably, lost your house, and were fired all because you did not buy a copy of Delaware Dan LLC's Experimental Marketing Strategies of the New Age, then visit the Delaware Dan Temple of Marketing in Dover, Delaware, room 206 at a Dover Inn, currently accepting cop knocks. For all cop blocking information and how to block your cops, call Delaware Dan at 302-696-4201, extension 69 420 666. Call Delaware Dan, no problem.